Rudy Tamarchio from Invincible Boats, and today we're walking around our brand new 46 Pilothouse. This is the first ever production Pilothouse sport fishing catamaran, and that sounds like a lot, but there's a reason for it. Every other Pilothouse catamaran out there is a one-off. It's a complete modification done for a specific owner. We're the first factory to go after it ourselves. This boat uses the same patented Morelli and Melvin hybrid semi-asymmetrical multi-hull as the 46 catamaran. We're calling it now our open version because that's a true center console. The idea for this boat started 2 years ago, back when we debuted the 46 catamaran at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. After about the 15th customer reached out asking if we do a Pilothouse version, our designers decided to get to work. And this Pilothouse boat is very versatile. Depending on where you are in the world, there's a different use for it. In colder climates, you're finding a lot of guys use it as a day boat to be out of the elements, but also if you're out in the Gulf Stream overnighting, it's a great place to be inside the Pilothouse because it sleeps 7 comfortably. This is hull number 1, and we outfitted it with quad 450 Rs per Mercury with a top speed of around 74, almost 75 miles per hour. We offer this boat in a quad engine configuration in either Mercury or Yamaha power. And since this is a hardcore fishing boat first, let's start here in the cockpit area and talk to you a little bit about the differences between the catamaran Pilothouse and the open version of the 46. The seating arrangement on this boat is in the exact same position between both models, so you don't lose any space in terms of fighting your fish. There's a few options different on this boat in terms of how we laid out the transom. There's 2 tubs on either side that you can use to store dock lines, but if you want to have extra places for live bait, you can use those as tuna tubes that are self-bailing. Because this boat has those storage tubs instead of the tuna tubes, it gives you space to add 2 jump seats on either side of the transom. It's a great place to rig rods while you're running, or you could stow them away for extra space. Speaking of rigging those rods, there's still a tackle center behind the mezzanine seat. You fold down the seat back, and there's space for 3 different boxes. There's also electronic controls along the side of the T-top support that help open up the outriggers. Underneath the seat in the mezzanine is still a cooler, but we added an additional door, so that way, instead of having to open up the entire seat bottom, you only have to open up 1/2 of it. We added a power window at the rear of the Pilothouse to make it easier so anglers can communicate with the captain inside. There's a port side tuna door, and that makes it easy so you can bring in large fish into one of the 4 fish boxes that are on board the boat. It's also great as a dive platform with a pull-out ladder. This boat has a 6-pump sea chest from Best Marine that powers 3 different live wells. There are 2 live wells in the transom that are 60 gallons each. The one in the floor is 72 gallons. The differences in the live wells between this 46 Pilothouse and the open 46 catamaran is that we deleted one of them to accommodate a generator. That's because we have 2 zones of air conditioning inside the house. Let's go check that out. Inside the Pilothouse, we offer 2 different seating configurations. You're looking at the first one, which is 4 captain's chairs with a U-shaped settee. If you prefer a longer settee, you can remove these 2 captain's chairs. For overnighting or even a long nap, there's actually an extra insert in that U-shaped settee that you can make flat for a full berth. The primary berth is forward and comfortably sleeps 2. It even has its own separate zone for air conditioning, so you can close a door that's magnetized for privacy and enjoy the air. And if you want natural airflow in that forward berth, there's actually a window right there at the front that's accessible by opening up the seat back and the front bench. That sliding window gives you natural sunlight and fresh air. On the port side, there's a freshwater sink and a microwave, but there's also an option to add a refrigerator and ice maker in those cabinets. On the starboard side, there's a head compartment just forward of the Helm Station. There's plenty of headroom inside the Pilothouse, even for someone who's 7 feet tall, and believe me, we tested that. That extra headroom enabled us to add a step up here at the Helm Station for better visibility over the bow. Now at the Helm Station, we laid it out so we could fit 2 17-inch Garmin screens, your Mercury throttles, Mercury Skyhook joystick, FLIR remote control, and your VHF antenna controls. For easier docking, we added a rear-facing camera that's easily accessible at the helm through the Garmin screens. Now overhead are the control panels for your 2 ICOM radios, your Mercury vessel view, your generator controls, and also the switch activation for your chill plate. The bow has 2 tiers of seating. There's a chaise lounge up top and also a forward bench. There's washdowns on each side, and in the bow platform, there's fender storage on either side of the windlass. At Invincible, we're a semi-custom builder of boats, which means there's a multitude of options that you haven't seen, including a second station that's going on hull number 2. So when you're serious, give us a call at the factory and we'll build a 46 Pilothouse just for you. I'm Rudy Tamarchio from Invincible Boats.